everything's recording. Okay, everything's recording. Alright, today we're starting the next project on this series of projects on this huge project of we're going to bust this kitchen floor out, dining room floor, and all the access points. There are 3 floors stacked in this area. They all have to come out. I have a dumpster outside, and everything's ready to go. I've moved most of the things out of the kitchen. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to try to get the kitchen busted down all the way to the subfloor. I don't know what's under there, but under all this tile, that's where I want to be. There are 3 floors. There's no telling how much weight that is on this house. They're all tile. They're all grouted, and some have cement, some have the epoxy. So it's just a whole lot of weight, and has to come out in order to get this new floor down. And let's see, I'm going to try to alright, I'm going to show you. This is the floor where I'm busting up. Now this is the first floor, and you can see what has happened. Water has gotten it's gotten under all of these floors, but particularly under the last one. It got between the floor and the wood, and it swelled the wood, and as it swelled, it popped each one of these tiles, and they are extremely sharp. Now I could have continued to cover some of these with rugs like I was doing, but just as an example, yesterday one of the twins came in, and she cut her fingers on this stuff. Now it wasn't busted up like this yesterday, it was just like this, but there are, even on these tiles that look like they're good, they actually have breaks, and they're razor sharp, and she cut her finger on that yesterday. Now this is a job that requires the use of gloves. I think all jobs require the use of gloves. I'm always preaching having gloves on and having your hands moisturized, because nothing's worse than having dried, cracked hands, because you have to use them for everything. So you always have to deal with cracked hands if you don't take care of them. So I'm going to have to move this stove out, get everything out from under it, move it back. I have to get this floor out, but also leave this thing accessible for us to use. So that's why I'm doing it in basically 2 different sections. I'm going to get all of this out, all the way down, and I'm going to try to break it off at this door. Now I'll pull the appliances out, get everything out from under them, and put them back. I'm going to try to keep this all usable as I get it out and get it to this point. Then I'm going to put the new floor down in this area completely. I want to get this new floor completely finished in this area, and all the appliances back, so that we can use this area. It's very important for us to be able to use this area. This is the dishwasher we just put in. If you follow my videos, it looks familiar. Now, right now the dishwasher is just sitting here. If you watch the video, you see that it's just sitting there, and if you actually open it up, the dishwasher actually swings out on you. So that's why it's just sitting there. And one of the reasons it's just sitting there is because When they delivered it, they delivered a broken dishwasher. So I waited 2.5 to 3 weeks for a broken dishwasher. It's cracked right there, and all of the little pins that hold this thing in, they're all busted, they're all broken, and it was delivered that way. And it is so frustrating when, you know, right now you have to wait so long to get this stuff, and this is what they delivered. It's broken. The little pieces that hold this thing in right there, they're broken. So it will not stay together. And what happens is, every time you pull the door to open it, it splits the door in two. So yeah, real good job there, Home Depot. The people you have delivering these things, they're absolutely ridiculous. They carried this in on his shoulder with one arm, and when he sat it down, he just crushed the dishwasher. So Home Depot, that's your fault. You need to have better people delivering these things. So that's where we're at. Now I have a gate, and I'm going to position this in certain ways so that the girls can't get in here. And there's a window behind this set of blinds. It's very, very early in the morning right now, and the twins are still asleep. They're up there in the nursery. So this window outside this window is a tarp with a wheelbarrow, and then over maybe 10 yards is a dumpster. So everything's going to go out this window onto the tarp and then be wheelbarrowed over to the dumpster. So that's where we're at. We're going to get set up a little more and get started. Okay, so here's where we're at. Got a little bit of a start, got everything set up, and getting to look at what's going on and what's under the floor. Here's what's under the first layer. It's actually another tile floor. Yeah, I like it better than the tile floor that's showing. So I don't know, I don't know. I had heard there were some things in the house that he was told by a realtor and a neighbor that he would need to cover it up in order to sell the house. This would have been okay with me. I actually like it better than what is actually showing. It's actually this here. The backsplash that you see here is what is on the floor. It's not that dated. It's a little bit dated maybe, but it's not that bad. I would have actually liked it better on the floor. See some signs of some few cracks under it. Maybe that's why I did it. Just put so much weight on the floor. Now I'm down to what I thought was another floor. And I know that there's another floor under here somewhere. But in the area I'm at, there's actually, if you look, I've actually came down to, this is actually a tile board. This is a barrier board. And it's an old style, but it is it's actually called Wonder Board. Guess it was a new product then, and it was what you would put down in wet areas, kitchens and bathrooms and things, if you were going to put tile over them. I haven't seen this product before, so this must be a really old product, or they've changed their name. And I've never even, it's a plastic, it has a plastic membrane over the whole thing. I haven't ever seen that before. So, I'm going to leave that for now. That may stay. But I'm going to see what's under the rest of this thing. Because if that's a mason board, a board for tile, I can just lay my floor right over top of that. And that would be great. So, there's the little bitty section that I've gotten out of here. There's how much it takes up. That's a lot of stuff. And I'm going to have to shovel every bit of this out and put it in the dumpster. So, I'm going to get back to it. And I'm going to pull this, actually I'm going to knock all of the tile out in front of the stove. And I'm going to pull it out and pull everything out behind the stove and put the stove back. So, let me get back to it.
that's going to do it for this episode. Hey, if you want to follow along with this project, be sure and subscribe to the channel. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I come out with a new video. You can follow me along with this project. Pretty big project, you can learn a lot, and it's kind of interesting to watch somebody else do it, some of the trials and tribulations that come along with a project like this. So, all right, remember, they may do it another way, but that's the way I do it. We'll see you next time.